K-pop news. Have you ever imagined what it would be like if the luxury, charisma, and charm that are so difficult to describe were actually transformed into a human being? Not just handsome, not just famous, but possessing an aura that can make anyone stop staring in a matter of seconds. That's the impression many felt again when Kim Taehyung appeared in Paris to attend a series of events with Celine. That night wasn't just a brand ambassador's appearance in front of the cameras. It was a night when the streets of Paris seemed to become an exclusive stage for a global icon who managed to turn his every move into the world's talk. From the moment he stepped out of the event venue until he finally left the area to his waiting vehicle, every captured moment kept the media, fans, and fashion enthusiasts talking about his charm. And believe it or not, the more details are revealed, the harder it is to deny that Kim Taehyung indeed possesses a charm unlike any other. Since photos of that night first circulated on various social media platforms, many people have expressed being captivated not only by his near-perfect face, but by the overall atmosphere he exuded. Taehyung's look was simple, yet it exuded a sense of luxury and luxury. He wore a light-colored silk shirt that fell gently along his body, paired with loose-fitting cream trousers that created an elegant, yet relaxed silhouette. There were no excessive accessories, no forced style. Everything looked so natural, as if luxury had been a part of him since birth. This is why many fashion observers have called his look the perfect definition of quiet luxury, a fashion concept that doesn't require large logos or flashy accessories to convey class. As photographers' flashes filled the streets of Paris, Taehyung strode calmly, seemingly without the slightest hint of trying to attract attention. It was precisely this relaxed demeanor that drew all the attention. Many fans even commented that his appearance that night reminded them of a young European aristocrat enjoying a night out in the world's fashion capital. Every movement was graceful. Every expression seemed so natural, while his eyes radiated an indescribable serenity. It's no wonder that short video clips from the evening quickly went viral, racking up millions of views in a short time. But what made this performance even more impressive wasn't just the outfit or the visuals. There's a fact that many may not know. The entire moment occurred around 1 a.m. Previously, Taehyung had been on a very busy schedule with the Celine team, attending various official events that naturally drained his energy and concentration. For most people, fatigue would be easily visible after a full day of activities. However, Taehyung appeared fresh, full of energy, and continued to offer a warm smile to everyone who greeted him. There was no sign of fatigue or a bored expression on his face. In fact, his steps were as calm as someone who had just started the day. This is what made many people appreciate his professionalism even more. Being a global brand ambassador isn't just about wearing fancy clothes or attending prestigious events. Behind all that lies a huge responsibility. Always looking your best in public, maintaining your demeanor, maintaining your physical condition, and ensuring every interaction leaves a positive impression. Taehyung once again proved that he understands this responsibility very well. He was not only the face of a renowned fashion house, but also a representative of the elegant values Celine has always upheld. However, there was one thing that many armies felt was far more valuable than his appearance that night. It wasn't her outfit, nor the spotlight, but rather how she treated the people who had always supported her journey. Outside the Hotel Lutetia, hundreds of fans had been waiting for a long time just to catch a glimpse of her. The atmosphere that night was frenetic. Security guards kept their distance, photographers kept snapping pictures non-stop, and fans chanted her name from every direction. Amidst this tense atmosphere, something completely unexpected happened. An army member confidently began singing Taehyung's rap verse from BTS's Jump, a song from the early days of BTS's career. While the song may not be frequently performed on large stages, it holds a strong sense of nostalgia for longtime fans. As soon as the lyrics rang out in the middle of the Parisian streets, Taehyung immediately stopped in his tracks. He turned toward the source of the voice, and a warm smile slowly spread across his face. It wasn't a formal smile for the camera, but rather the spontaneous expression of someone genuinely remembering the long journey he'd shared with his fans. The moment immediately turned the atmosphere emotional. Many people present admitted to smiling just by watching Taehyung's reaction. Without rushing into the waiting car, He took the time to approach the fan, greet him warmly, and then sign his autograph attentively. There was no rush, no impatience. Instead, Taehyung seemed to savor the brief moment, as if he wanted to cherish every second with the army who had accompanied him since the beginning of his career. For many, that simple act held far more meaning than simply signing an autograph. It was proof that despite his status as one of the most famous artists in the world, Taehyung still held a deep respect for BTS's history. Old songs that might not have been heard often in years still held a special place in his memory. He hadn't forgotten the days when BTS was still struggling to establish themselves, and that's what made his connection with his fans so special. But the story of that night wasn't over. Behind all the cameras, a small act of kindness deepened his admiration for his personality. As the crowd grew denser and the situation became increasingly unmanageable, Taehyung spotted an elderly woman struggling to navigate the crush of people. Without thinking, he gently extended his hand, helping her through the crowd to safety. The gesture was so quick that many barely noticed it at first. However, as video footage from various angles began to circulate, the public finally learned what had truly happened. The brief moment immediately drew widespread praise. Many noted that the act couldn't have been planned because it happened so spontaneously. In a stressful situation, most people would likely focus on protecting themselves or immediately get into a vehicle for safety reasons. But Taehyung was actually paying attention to someone he didn't even know. He chose to pause for a moment to make sure the other person was okay. Simple actions like this often speak more about a person's character than 1,000 words spoken in front of the camera. Many fans later said that the reason they continue to support Kim Taehyung isn't solely because of his good looks or popularity. What makes him so beloved is his rare combination of extraordinary talent, high professionalism, humility, and concern for others. In the competitive and scrutinized entertainment world, maintaining a genuine attitude is no easy feat, but Taehyung has shown time and again that fame doesn't change the way he treats those around him. It's no surprise that international media, fashion enthusiasts, and even the general public who may not have previously followed the K-pop world paid close attention to his appearance in Paris. They didn't just see a South Korean singer. They saw someone who combined visual charm, cultural influence, world-class fashion sense, and a warm personality in one very complete package. Each appearance he makes creates a compelling story, not just for the hype, but for his own qualities. That night in Paris ultimately became one of the most memorable moments in Taehyung's journey as a global icon. He demonstrated that true luxury isn't always measured by the clothes he wears, but by the way he carries himself, treats others, and remains humble even at the peak of his popularity. His performances with Celine certainly captivated the fashion world, but his attitude toward his fans and his care for those around him are the reasons why his name continues to be remembered with such reverence.